are also in the bulletin that we hand out every week, and they're online, so you can check there too. But this is just another reminder that on Thursdays from 11 to 12:30 we have Community Connections. It's a Zoom meeting, and it's been going on for several years. Kathy Humphreys, who is not here right yet. I thought that too. She doesn't meet on the last Thursday, but this is the last Sunday. This is the last day, so she will meet this coming Thursday, and you can ask her how to join in, where the link is and all that. But it's great. She has subjects that she talks about, and everybody gets a chance to individually share something, and then she's great. She has put in a lot of work over the years, and every week she puts in a lot of work to get ready on the topic that she's going to talk about. So, calling all volunteers. We really need volunteer help. And on the subject of volunteers, today being the last day of June is the last day of Luis Parente Rios's term as a volunteer coordinator, but he has been training and guiding our new volunteer coordinator, and we are very excited. And it's Kristen Engelke, and she's standing there in the back. So we really run on volunteers. We, all of us who do the readings or stand at the doors to greet or whatever, it's all volunteer. The one thing that we have a little trouble getting people to commit to is in the kitchen. So there are 2 times, the before the meal and after the meal, that are really key. Before is really, really before, and I don't know exactly the times, but you can come in and help chop and so forth. That means that there's a cook on the weeks that there's a cook. Then afterwards, we need people to help wash and dry, clear the tables, wipe them down. It's kind of fun, you know? So see if you could help out with that in any way. Kristen is starting, well, we have had a sign-up sheet in the dining room. However, it hasn't been, it's not really going at the great guns that we want it to. So you can see her for more information, but also we want to try to get ahead of the game a little. So if you can sign up on that sheet and commit to a Sunday, that would be great. It would be really helpful to do that. And you can either see Kristen or check out I don't know, is it up in the dining room? Oh, it will be, okay. Checking out with Kristen is probably the best. Okay. Oh, and by the way, today is a potluck. So we do have cooks every 3 times, well, when it's a 4-week month, 3 times we have the cook who cooks our meals, and they're delicious, and they're at the incredible price of $10. But today is a potluck, and today is another way that you all can help volunteer and bring something to share with everyone, eating, to eat. Of course, there's no $10 fee for that, but because you all are contributing, and it's a wonderful thing, and a wonderful way that you can help volunteer. Every Sunday after our service, we have prayer partners, and they're available to sit with you and do an affirmative prayer, which I don't know if you've been around here long enough to know how absolutely incredible affirmative prayer is. But if you haven't, today you can with Kendara, right down here. After the service, she'll meet in Darwin's Den, and you can just go in and have her do an individual affirmative prayer with you, and it's quite powerful. So Hope you can take advantage of that. We have Heather and Rick Finbow, who have both been here in the past, doing their Heather is a heartfelt medium, and Rick is a psychic, and works with tarot cards and so forth. And they will be back on July 14th at 1 o'clock, and you can learn more about that, it's great, it's fun to hear. I went to one of them, and you hear what other people want to, what's going on in their lives, and then they give their feedback and their insight. It's really fun. It costs $33, and you can buy the ticket through the Althea website. And so check that out for some more information there. As we're working to grow our membership always, the process of becoming a member has been streamlined. So if you would like to become a member and you aren't yet, you could see Christina, you could see Ricky Stanton, or you could see Bob Burkar, president of the board, and they'll lead you to the right forms and so forth. It's very simple procedure. You just say you want to be one and fill out the form pretty much. And then it's great. You show your support, Okay, and you get a membership card, haha. So I think that's it. Any other announcements that I left out that anyone knows of? Okay, well, I'm going to turn it over now to Reverend Christina.
Thank you, Barbara. Good morning. And good morning to those of you online. We have our internet finally completed and fixed and healed. Althea Center, if you are new here, we're a new thought spiritual center practicing oneness, celebrating the sacredness in all sentient beings. We welcome all faiths, all races, all sexual orientations. If an ET showed up, we would welcome an ET. This beautiful building was created a little over 100 years ago, and it honors the Cheyenne, Ute, and Arapaho nations, the people which this land sits upon. And we're very aware of the dichotomies that are going on in the planet, all the biases going on the planet. However, we hold the light of the spirit of oneness and spiritual truths and spiritual teachings, such as affirmative prayer and meditation. And welcome back to Althea. So anyone that is new here, please raise your hand. We'd love to welcome you. Hey, Bella. So happy Bella's here. Can't wait. Welcome, welcome. And those of you who are back, hi, Leslie. And if you want to come back on probably next Sunday, we will have a chef here. You will get a free lunch. Today is potluck, and have fun to get to know everyone. If you're new on Facebook or later watching us on YouTube, please drop us a hi or a like on Facebook and YouTube. Thank you very much. And now the lovely Kandara, who is our prayer practitioner, local intuitive, will pray us in.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? Thank you. When you're 5'2", you kind of need it down. Would everybody just get comfortable, please, and close your eyes and take a deep breath. And then take another breath. And just one more breath. Allow yourself to be filled with light from the soles of your feet to the top of your head. And connect with the beautiful light within, of which we are all a part. And as you do this, Allow yourself also to be filled with love, light, and gratitude for this opportunity to connect with Spirit and Source. Now focus on something you're grateful for. Maybe an insight you recently had, or perhaps letting go of something which no longer serves you. Next, focus on something which may be a block or obstacle which you want to release. Fill it with light and love, and then see it the way you would like it to be, releasing it to the highest good. And as you do this, accept the blessing or gift in the situation, because there always is one, and deny any negativity or limitations or false illusions surrounding it, knowing that only the highest and the best is a part of all that is. Now focus on a person or situation in your life you're grateful for, and release anyone or anything keeping you from connecting with them. And as this occurs, remember all is going according to divine plan, and it's for the highest good of all. Now allow this connection to Spirit, which we all have, to spread to those surrounding you in this congregation. Let a sense of oneness and unity fill not only you, but also those around you in this sanctuary with light, and give gratitude for this opportunity to connect with those in the sanctuary and others in your life on all levels and in all ways. And now go about your day filled with light, love, and gratitude, releasing it all to Spirit. And so it is. And as we do this, we give thanks for this day and the opportunity to be of service for the highest good and for a new week filled with possibilities and new beginnings. And we give thanks for the freedom and opportunity for this to happen. And we say, and so it is.
Now is the time in our service where we'll repeat with a statement of being, which will be on the screen, and then after that we'll sing Face of God. So stand if you're able. We'll sing the statement of being. Say the statement of being. God is all, both invisible and visible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. We are individualized expressions of God and are ever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. Now let's sing the face of God. You are the face of God. I hold you in my heart. You are a part of me. You are the face of God. You are the face of love. I hold you in my heart. We are a family. You are the face of God. Thank you.
Thank you, Judith. And we have a featured guest, a new musician. I'd heard this beautiful light, Bella Hauk, our featured musician here is for the first time. I'd like to thank Kristen. She's known her for a very long time. Heard her practice. Her voice is beautiful. She is currently a sophomore at Colorado College as majoring in communications. She has been performing professionally for the past 4 years and has a love of the arts for her entire life. She hopes to inspire others with her music. Beautiful souls, welcome Bella Hauk.
I keep fighting voices in my mind that say I'm not enough. Every single lie that tells me I will never measure up. Am I more than just the sum of every high and every low? Remind me once again just who I am, because I need to know. Oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I'm weak. You say I am held when I am falling short, when I don't belong. You say I am yours, and I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe the only thing that matters now is everything you think of me. In you I find my worth, in you I find my identity. Oh, you say I am loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I am strong when I think I'm weak. You say I am held when I am falling short, when I don't belong. You say I am yours, and I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe. Taking all I have, and now I'm laying it at your feet. You have every failure, God. You'll have every victory. Oh, you say I'm loved when I can't feel a thing. You say I'm strong when I think I'm weak. You say I'm held when I am falling short, when I don't belong. You say I'm yours, and I believe, oh, I believe what you say of me. I believe, oh, I believe, yes, I believe what you say of me. Oh, I believe.
I love that.
Good morning, Althea. Our first reading today is from Taoism. You are free in every moment to focus upon positive or negative aspects, upon what is wanted or lack of it. That is the free will part, and the destiny will be the absolute fair result of what you vibrate. And our second reading is from Joel Goldsmith. The enlightenment that sets us free consists first of all in knowing that there is a divine power, equally present in every individual, regardless of their nationality, race, religion, regardless of whether they live in freedom or slavery, whether they are in prison or out, in a hospital or out, With each one of us, there is this potential, this spiritual impulse, this kingdom, this presence and power, which the Master revealed would set us free. Joel Goldsmith, spiritual teacher, author, healer, and mystic.
Thank you, Kristen. The Master sets us free. This month is about freedom. I know it's still June. Tomorrow's July 1st. June, I discussed joy, joy in the now, joy in the journey. And we are almost halfway through the year. A newscaster said on June 25th, we're halfway to Christmas. I'm like, stop it. Stop rushing the time. Slow down and let's be still. This month of freedom goes beyond Independence Day. Now, what I'm about to say does not mean I do not like the military or I'm anti-American. I'm saying this loud and clear. But everyone was not free July 4th, 1776. Let's be clear. I love 4th of July. One of my favorite people and a relative, the great Louis Armstrong, was born on 4th of July. And my best friend was born on the 4th of July. So I do love that day, and I love all the eating and the fireworks, and I think about all the fun 4th of Julys that I've had celebrating in New Orleans as a little girl with sparklers. But the truth of the matter is, the Constitution was not even signed on the 4th of July. It was adopted then. It wasn't signed until August 2nd. And many of our ancestors in this room were not free, because at that time, they were getting freedom from Britain. But people, blacks, Native Americans, women were not allowed to go to school. Many white people, if you weren't of the right pedigree, if your last name was not Washington, Roosevelt, Jefferson, the list goes on, you didn't even get to vote or didn't get to have a say. So let's be clear. Freedom is internal and external. The external is spirit. Now here, if you're new here, we're not here to change your mind about any religion you grew up with. I grew up Catholic, metaphysical, Dad was a Rosicrucian, and a Methodist. And many family members that was Southern Baptist. I grew up with so many different things. What we do here is to add on any spirituality that you choose to keep from Christianity, Buddhism, Muslim, whatever you choose. We practice oneness. That's freedom. That's real freedom. Now, I'm not poo-pooing the forefathers that did run from Britain for freedom. At one time, Thomas Jefferson did say, we have to end this. Abigail Adams, the book John Adams was mostly written in secret by her. And when she walked into the White House, the first White House before it burned down, and she saw black slaves and indigenous people, native people practicing slavery, she said, this won't end well for our country. She knew then. She believed in freedom because many of them were Masons. That's another reason. They were running from that strict energy. There's many scholars believe that Benjamin Franklin was a psychic because he had so many inventions, over 50, that we still use today. So they had a part of an intention of freedom. But freedom for the month of July is our birthright. And let no one tell you otherwise. How to pray, how to be, how to act, how to dress, who to love. In June here at Althea, we celebrated Pride Month. We were closed last Sunday to have fun at the parade. And Juneteenth and Father's Day and so many other things we celebrated here. We even celebrated the passing of a dear friend and former board member. That's joy and that's love. We need now to step into freedom. I do not like political years. I do not like it. Because the time that I get to see even friends and family members divide themselves and tell each other who to vote for, what to be. Oh, you can't do that. You can't vote for that person. You're throwing your vote away. Nothing is ever thrown away. There are reasons why Thomas Jefferson did put into the Constitution. Back then it was illegal to speak about who you voted for or what party you were for. It's still illegal. It's still in the Constitution. I found it. And the reason they put it in there, because back then if you voiced an opinion, you could be killed. They did it to keep the peace, that it was an internal job. So I'm going to invite you, when you get upset or whatever you're seeing on the news or social media about politics, or go into fear, go into freedom. I'm going to invite us to step into that, to lean into that. That's what Pride Month is about, freedom. We're all of us, no matter what your sexual orientation is about loving who you want to love. That's the big message. Freedom. Freedom is our birthright. We are from that. And that's what the great one, Yeshua ben Joseph, that Christ energy, was showing us. Free to be yourselves, free to pray and meditate, free to wear crystals, free to read the Bible if you choose. I do. And metaphysical texts. This great man, see, the baby knows, Kwame Nkrumah, a Ghanaian political revolutionary. He was born in 1909, states, freedom is not something that one people can bestow upon another as a gift. They claim it as their own, and none can keep it from them. That's truth. No one can keep your freedom from you. I will provide an example. Narcissism. We have narcissism on the planet. We have in our political system. It's part of the human ego on planet Earth. People who operate in narcissistic behaviors, many of them, some of them, are very controlling. Some of them are in our family. Anyone can relate? I want to tell you how to be, how to pray, what God to believe in. By the way, there's only one supreme creator. That's all there is. No matter what you call that energy, to me it's love, it's beauty, it's divine, it's wholeness. Freedom is our birthright. In military, during the Iraq War, they just kept saying, freedom comes at a price. We have to pay the price for freedom. I don't believe freedom is a cost in lives or in blood. I'm not here to offend anyone in the military, but that whole energy now, there's t-shirts that says, freedom isn't free. I started thinking about that months ago, and it's like, we keep saying that, well, we're manifesting it's not free. Think about it. It is awful. My dad was in Vietnam, Korea, great-grandparents, World War I, World War II. There are people in my family I never got to meet because they left this planet through a war. But I believe we almost need to stop saying that or believing that, because we're manifesting there's a cost to freedom, where that's not true. That is not true. That's a false narrative. Dr. King Many people say he fought, but if you ever watched his videos or when they washed, when they marched, it was peaceful. Now, it may have turned violent, but no matter what, you're free. I love the movie The Green Mile. I don't know if any of you have seen it. Freedom is a state of consciousness. That's what it is. I know people who are in jail in bad relationships. I was one of them. I had no freedom. Or in a corporate job. There's a company many of us use right now, a multi-billion-dollar company. I'm not saying its name, but it begins with the letter A. And I found out from some beautiful 20-year-olds who said, I quit that job because they monitor how long you go to the bathroom if you work in a warehouse. Holy cow. Monitored a young pregnant woman I know. And they asked her how come she was in the restroom so long. She's like, I have morning sickness. Of course, she quit. That's what I'm inviting us to do this month, is to hold on to that freedom. Now, if you don't feel safe, or someone wants to control you or tell you or how to pray, or have you ever been in an environment when you're sharing what you're going through and someone decides to tell you a book, a coach, a class, a workshop, and all you want to do is share, and you're going, holy cow, it takes you away. What I've learned to do when people want to control me or proselytize to me, it's like, oh, you know, I have to get going. That's your freedom. Now, some people say, when they get to say awful things to people that don't look like them or agree with them or pray with them, well, that's my freedom of speech. Well, guess what? You have the freedom of to walk away. They have a freedom to say what they want to say, but you don't have to sit in it. I want to shore people up for this political season to stay grounded, because a lot of people, I see it on the road, they're driving while angry. Should be a law against that. They're upset and they're mad, and everyone's taking everything so close to heart. And maybe it is too much information to pause the cell phone and take that pause in the morning to pray and meditate or contemplate. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm inviting you, because it is a choice. It is a choice. We all get to make a choice to be stuck in our stuckness. You make a choice to be angry. I personally chose Thursday, when everyone was talking about the whole debate, that me and my girlfriend said, we are going out. Girl time. And where we were sitting, we made sure there was no TV at this beautiful restaurant. And we had a great time. When I got home, I did not turn on TV. Nope. That was a freedom. I'm not saying that I'm ignorant to what's going on in the world. There's things going on in Kenya that we are to hold in prayer for their freedom. But you don't have to be stuck in it. I know some beautiful people in my life that were up till midnight watching everything on the news. And then told me I couldn't sleep. Gee. You can't sleep, you think? You started watching something at 6 till midnight? That was pretty, I'll say, low frequency or intense. And everything's built up to be more intense. How about choosing something else? Freedom is my birthright. And maybe we start, instead of saying we're fighting for freedom, we're being freedom. We're being it. The women that founded this beautiful building, the New Thought movement, believed in affirmative prayer. So when you're affirming, you step into a realm of freedom because you're rewiring your brain. You're putting that garage door down on a lot of negative self-talk. It's time for us to be in real freedom during the time of, say, this 4th of July, of creating something new for July. Maybe tonight we let go of that old of June 30th and step into new beginnings, a new energy, a new freedom of being without coming from fear. Because fear stops that higher Christ consciousness. Romans 8:1-2. Therefore, there is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus, because through Christ Jesus, the law of Spirit, who gives life, has set you free. Now, yes, that's very Christian, but all I do is change it to Christ consciousness. I said Christmas. Jesus' last name was not Christ. It's not. J did not exist in that native language, okay? That's why I say Yeshua ben Joseph. Great way short to show us how to step into freedom, which leads us into a higher consciousness while on planet Earth. We're not born to just ascend and just drop the body. No, we're here to bring heaven on earth. And we, me included, have that freedom to bring heaven on earth, to bring it in our bodies. That we are free, and free without judgment. Even if you have a fearful thought, don't judge yourself. Don't stick in it. Don't say, oh no, I shouldn't do that. Don't get freaked out. No, it's okay, you're human. Freedom to not be hard on ourselves. That's the freedom. To be easy with ourselves. To not overbook our calendars. Not overdo. Not try to heal past wounds from our childhood. Do you know how many 60-year-olds I know that are walking around like 3-year-olds? They're still stuck. We can't help each other become free. With a smile, with a glance. And back to these teachings, and many teachings such as Buddhism, talk about contemplation and meditation. That brings freedom. When you light that candle or some sage, or sit at an altar, our wonderful board member creates every Sunday, and just, I'm going to take my freedom time. It's a God-given right to be free, to soar. And we don't have to leave this planet to do it. We're to lead by example. That's what I believe Leonardo da Vinci did, the artwork. Expression is freedom. Expression is divine energy. Music is freedom. When you go into something needing to be perfect or holding on to things and refusing to let go, it's constriction. We're here to stand in that. America is freedom. As a shaman that's a dear friend of mine, when I'm headed to Peru in November, he said that to me. The words America are not from the English language. It's from the native culture, and it means freedom. He even said there's a freedom vortex that's been held back over this country. Look at how so many people have been coming here, not now, but for hundreds of years. They feel that energy. How about we hold on to that? God gave us free will. The Supreme Creator gave us free will. It's in every scripture. So hold on to that. Even when people get nervous about the Supreme Court, this law and that law, some days just take a breath. We're still a baby country. 1776 is not that long ago. If you really look at it, it's a blink of an eye. We're a baby country, and it's okay. We're going through something, and I feel and sense and know there's a new consciousness rising, not just AI, a spiritual consciousness, an openness. That we get to do things that even our parents couldn't do. Me being on this stage might have not been allowed 50 years ago as a black woman. Or when I see my gay friends who are happily married and posting pictures on social media, that was not always around. So when you want to go back that everything's going away, bullcrap. It's not. Hold the light of possibility of freedom. Hold that. Don't let a group of people in this small little town that's not even a city called Washington, D.C., no matter what side of the aisle, scare and freak you out. D.C. could fit inside of Denver. I used to live there, okay? All of us collectively are more powerful than what is appearing to be going on. Appearing. We don't know everything. Just because we have social media, we don't know everything. Spirit, we can connect through that with prayer and meditation, affirmation. We get to manifest a new life. Bella, would you mind playing something? So I'm going to pray us out and practice that freedom. Because you're not controlled. I'm not controlled. And I felt that, or I felt people pleasing. Freedom is truly our spirit-given birthright. And it's time for us to soar. So I'm going to invite you and those of you online, if you're willing or able, to take a deep breath. And I invite you to kind of just see chains falling away. Just imagine it just releasing and seeing peace, a golden light. As I'm affirming, spirit is all there is. And there's a golden light around America of peace and healing. And we allow that in around the earth. For spirit is all there is, and we're all connected to that supreme creator, creator of all gods, all-knowingness, the allness. Spirit gave us free wills before there was time, before there was space. Breathe into it. And I know that right now for our country, for our world, for Colorado, and for every sentient being and everyone here at Althea, watching now or later, to feel into your freedom that I'm affirming everyone's feeling into and taking small steps to be into it, be it art, singing, play, or just being still. I'm grateful to Mother, Father, God, to that great highlight, that's divine creator, for giving us all free will. And I'm grateful that we now embody it. And I know this, and I feel this, and I sense it. And I now release this into the loving, forgiving, almighty law, where it's done, complete, in the holy of holy breaths. And so it is.
When I walk through deep waters, I know that you will be with me. When I'm standing in the fire, I will not be overcome. Through the valley shadows, I will not fear. I am not alone. I am not alone. You will go before me. You will never leave me. In the midst of deep sorrow, I see a light is breaking through. The dark of night will not overtake me. I am pressing into you. Lord, you fight my every battle, and I will not fear. I am not alone. I am not alone. You will go before me. You will never leave me. You're my strength. You're my defender. You're my refuge in the storm. Through these trials, you've always been faithful. You bring healing to my soul. I am not alone. I am not alone. You will go before me. You will never leave me. I am not alone. I am not alone. You will go before me. You will never leave me.
Bella, thank you. And Bella means beautiful in Italian. Thank you, beautiful. And now we're at this time of offering and giving. I like to always thank people that have been attending Althea for 5, 10, 20, 30, now maybe 40 years of your support in time, talent, and treasure. And in this time of giving, I always invite you even to give online, altheacenter.org. You can do also reoccurring givings, and there are all tax write-offs. And I invite you, any money that you have, or even if you use a debit card, we have a dip jar in the back. If you use your debit card, it takes $10 dips, and it does this pretty, like Las Vegas lighting. Know that everything that you give always comes back. There is a law of circulation. Anything you give comes back to you in so many different ways. So together we will pray. The universe provides all that I need and all that I give. With great joy, I share my prosperity, planting seeds for a world I'm helping manifest. And so it is. Amen. Thank you. And Jason, thank you, Jason. You can also scan the QR code, which will take you to our website where you may give. Oh. Thank you for being here. It's lovely having babies here. Bring new light, new life, and new energy. Thank you. And all your giving supports this building. This building is over 100 years old. Some of you may not know our boiler decided to retire, take a vacation, take a break, and it was -10. So the monies also support. She has good bones, but it supports the building. Thank you very, very much. And now there's a time for prayers for the people. This is where a time that if you have something to celebrate or have a prayer request. This session is recorded. So I invite you, if you do have a prayer request for someone else, keep it simple. Do not say their last name unless they gave you permission, because you do want to honor people's sacred. And if you want to pray for yourself, do not feel ashamed. Prayers for yourself are essential. If you want a deeper dive into a spiritual mind treatment, which is a prayer, Ken Dyer will meet with you later at Darwin's Den, which is that way, right across the hallway.
Come on down.
Hi, Ken.
I really want to pray for divine order and light.
Put your microphone.
I would
Thank
like
you.
to pray for divine order, love, light, and healing for the election and the outcome in a peaceful way for the highest good.
Highest good, a peaceful way.
Thank you.
My prayer request is for Anthony, who is having surgery for a fractured femur, and there are complications with multiple sclerosis. The family is very, very concerned. They're in a lot of fear, a lot of anxiety. So if we could help uplift them, that would be awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I'd like prayers for my brother-in-law, Jerry Martinez. His transition is probably going to happen in the next 30 days, and I will have to return by air to San Jose and then go to Fort Ord for his burial. Thank you.
Thank you. Michael's Sacred Travels, too. You're a good friend. Yeah.
So some people know my story. It's been long and arduous, but as of this week, I have victoriously beaten a court case that has been 10 years long and will be receiving my disability as a result. It's been a long time coming, but now life can change for the better.
Yeah. Congratulations.
I want to pray for peace in Ukraine, in Russia, and Israel, and Palestine.
Thank you. Thank you for being here.
I recently drove here from Oregon, and on my drive we drove through a lot of wildfires, and so I would just like to know safety for the communities of people and creatures that are affected by these fires.
Thank you. And welcome. Welcome. Oh, we have one in the corner.
Where? Oh, okay.
Kristen's getting her steps in.
I actually just wanted to express gratitude for all of the upliftment and the prayers. I was here a couple of weeks ago sharing that my father was in his last days and that I sensed that there was fear in him in letting go, but he was able to pass peacefully. And also just gratitude for an incredible opening that I feel like has happened. A lot of grace and bringing together family members in love with his passing, and just feeling incredibly loved and supported.
Thank you. Anyone else? Okay. And now Ricky and Daryl will be doing our closing community song. Thank you, gentlemen.
Good morning. Please stand as you're able and join me in our community song today, Over the Rainbow. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me.
where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why, oh, why can't I?
All righty. All you bluebirds, grab a hand. Don't fly away yet. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. Let's do that one. I used to be a teacher. Let's do that once more, class. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It is that thing called life. I hold the light for freedom for all. I feel it. I know it. And I am it. And so it is.
Life hit hard, so she stayed small. By the time she was married, she was barely there at all. Kept it under